Yo, welcome to the KaneSaid Sports Show, and I'm your host, Kane Bradfield. And y'all know my slogan, the fame is free, but the grind costs, baby. Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of KaneSaid. And I'm your host, Kane Bradfield. Y'all know my slogan, the fame is free, but the grind costs, baby. Listen, man, I got a special guest in the house, man. I got a real life coach in the house. How you doing, big dog?
Doing good.
Man, look, man, let the people know who you are, man.
I'm Coach Jasen Jonus. I'm the head women's basketball coach at Lagrange College.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, big dog, listen, man, first of all, I appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule, man, to come and holler at KaneSaid, man. So listen, big dog, so give me the backstory, man. How did you know what I'm saying, get into this thing called basketball, man?
I've been around it my whole life.
Yeah.
My bad.
Say what now?
I've been around it my whole life. My dad was a coach for 30 plus years. My brother is a coach now, but he played at University of Alabama.
Okay.
He was a top 50 recruit in the nation.
What?
Yeah, he got Jim Boeheim actually called our house.
Man, get out of here, man. Hold on. Wind it back, man. Come on, give me the story, man. So your brother played at University of Alabama.
He did. He played.
Man, give me that story, though.
Well, starting out, he got recruited by Syracuse. Like I said, every SEC school.
Yeah.
And it came out. Coach Godfrey came to our house and offered him, and he ended up going there. And first year he redshirted his first year.
Okay.
But second year came in, worked his way up. He was actually starting on that. He was a walk-on on that Elite 8 team back in the day.
Yeah.
Elite 8.
Yeah.
But he ended up starting. He had 21 against Memphis. Back when Darius Washington Jr., Rodney Carney, and them.
Yeah.
So he could play.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's big, though. So, okay, I'm going back a little more, man. So you said your dad coached for 30 years.
He did.
Man, how was it growing up in a household with a coach, man?
It was awesome. A lot of ups and downs. But always in the gym.
Now, okay, so what level was it? High school, collegiate?
High school. Both my brother and my dad coached high school.
I'm with you now.
That's why I decided to do college, do something a little different.
Right, switch it up a little bit. Yeah. So you said 30 years of him coaching, man. So by him being a coach, how did that help your personal game and also help your, just coaching in general?
Well, I think the biggest part, he helped me see the other side of basketball. Because dealing with kids in the high school level and being either that second father figure or just doing the stuff that is bigger than basketball, which that helped me a lot.
Okay.
Showing how much he cared for the kids. And then in tune, that made them better basketball players because they knew how much he cared.
I dig that, man. So, okay, give me your history of basketball.
Well, like I said, I grew up around it. I played at Crossville High School in Alabama.
Okay.
So I'm from North Alabama.
Okay.
Wasn't recruited like my brother. So,
right.
But I was an
underdog. She had
underdog.
some love, though.
I was an underdog. I had a couple. Biggest school I had was the Air Force.
Okay.
So I just didn't want to go that far from home.
Right.
But ended up going to, senior year in high school, I broke my foot. So I played on that my whole senior year. Ended up going to JUCO for 1 year, Wallace State, Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
And then ended up going after 1 year to Birmingham Southern College. I played there 3 years, had a great career, won some championships, did some good things. And
yo, I'm gonna tell you, man, Bird told me, man, you can shoot that thing, man.
I can. I still can.
I still can. Listen, man, I love it, man, when somebody come in and say, you doggone right, I can shoot that thing.
I can still shoot it, even though I don't shoot it a lot anymore like I used to, but that's something it don't leave you.
Yeah. So, okay, so tell me about the difference between your game and your brother game.
He's 6'7", so that helps out a lot. I'm about 6'2.5". Say I'm 6'3".
Right.
But he always said I was a better shooter than him. Okay. And had better like point guard skills, like passing and ball handling. Yeah. But he had the height and could rebound a little better and
the height changed the game.
Yeah, I mean he can still dunk. He's 36.
Okay.
No, 37 now. I'm 33.
Okay.
He can still dunk and wants to be able to dunk till he's 40.
So now is he training or he just?
he still stays in shape.
Right.
He eats well, stays in shape. But I mean, he's got 3 kids.
Yeah, busy.
Yeah, it keeps him busy, but he's still done.
Okay. So big dog. All right, man. So now we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, you with coaching, man. You know what I'm mean? Give me that backstory on that.
Well, starting out in college, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I majored in business. I switched that and wanted to do, well, originally I was going to be a nurse.
For real?
I started nursing school and I went.
Not me.
Not me.
Right.
Yeah. Then I started majoring in business and then did another 360 and majored in education. After I graduated, I played 1 year of semi-pro ball for an ABA team.
Okay.
I was trying to make it overseas. Ended up breaking my hand. So I had some injuries in my career. Then Coach Wallace called me and said, hey, I got a graduate assistantship position open. So I took the opportunity. Got my master's and been here ever since. So
Right, locked in and jumping on.
It helped. The first year I was here, we won a conference championship.
Right.
Then the second year. And
Right.
then I think the third year we won the regular season and then went to the NCAA tournament 4 years in a row. So I just couldn't leave.
So I know, right. So okay, but now you big dog, you know what I mean? Tell me about how you end up becoming, you know, as a head coach for the girls, man. Like, cause you doing some wonderful things with them, man.
I appreciate that. I
all
appreciate
love,
it.
all love.
So COVID hit. As soon as COVID hit, we're all in quarantine.
Yeah.
And the women's coach at the time called me. We were decently close and said,
Okay.
I'm giving it up. And instantly, my wife, who played at Lagrange
Shout out to the
College,
wifey, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Dr. Jonus.
There we go.
She looked at me and said, hey, I think this is a great opportunity for you. And honestly, I'd been thinking about it.
Okay.
Just for the fact that it's something different. And I saw the talent level the women's team had and what they could be from, not putting down the other coach, but he was kind of playing really slow.
It was different,
It was different. So I saw the talent. I took advantage of it. So I went in there and told her I wanted the job.
Wow. I'm going to tell you, man, I came to a few games this year, man. Hey, man, you got some ballers out there, though. And some girls who hungry. And so, and big dog, hey, correct me if I'm wrong, right? And man, I tell everybody this now, even my training facility. Man, training female athletes, it's a rush because they want it.
They do.
They want it, man. They want to learn. They want to grind. You know what I mean? Give me your feedback on that, big dog.
I feel the same way. They're more in tune and they want to learn. Like on the guys' side, like no disrespect to any guy. I mean, we're guys here talking. We think too much of like, I know. Nobody's going to tell me. Like, I'm not going to.
True.
Like, I know what I'm doing.
True.
Like, if I tell a guy, well, you need to work on your jump shot, they instantly think, my jump shot's fine.
Yes.
I don't need to work on that. But on the women's side, I tell them that I can coach them more. And they listen. And like you said, they're hungrier.
Yeah.
They want it.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, man, I tell everybody that when we in here, man, people ask me, "Cool, you like training?" Don't get me wrong now. I train anybody.
Oh, for sure.
But man, I'll tell you, man, when I get my hands on the female athlete who trying to go somewhere, oh my gosh, it's lights out.
They'll work hard.
Man, it's lights out, man. So, big dog, let me ask you this, man. So, you know what I mean, your coaching style, you know what I mean? Give me your coaching style, though.
Well, I'm a very positive coach, especially coming into last year with COVID and the old coach kind of took their confidence away. I like to build confidence up.
Most definitely.
I feel like an athlete that is confident with their skill is going to perform better.
Oh, easy.
Instead of, especially a shooter or somebody that's a scorer, because they, start missing shots, not scoring, or when bad things happen, adversity hits.
Yeah.
They have that to fall back on. Hey, I'm confident. I know Coach believes in me. Now, again, I feel like one of my idols in coaching is Brad Stevens.
Okay.
I got to meet him back when he was on that run and lost to Duke.
Yeah.
He came to Birmingham Southern, and I actually got to meet him.
Wow.
And great guy, great, very positive coach, but very big on analytics and X's and O's. So, but I think coaches sometimes let that get in the way of good players.
Talk to me more now.
Because I feel like some coaches will try to implement X's and O's that their players can't really, like they don't need to.
Right.
Let a player play. Like put them in a situation that's going to make them be successul.
I like that.
I do that a lot. Like I'll take, for instance, Gracie Brunell, one of our better players, leading scorers. Just getting her going to her right hand. I know left hand she's not as strong. It's a simple ball screen. Have some dummy action on the other side to keep the help side away. Let her go to work instead of complicating it.
Right, 'cause I don't say something, man. You know what I mean? Because, man, Kobe Bryant said that. He talked about just teaching people how to get to their spot.
Yep.
You know, get to their spot. We know wherever your spot is, as a coach, your job is to set it up, and for them to execute it.
Exactly.
Get to that spot and get that bucket. So big dog, you know what I mean? So we're talking about, you know, some influences that, you know, coaches had. Like you said, you had your dad, you know, you had you know, Coach Wallace, you know what I'm saying, you know, Coach Stevens, man. So talk about, man, how all of them, you know, gave you pieces to what you're doing now.
Oh, for sure. Like, I take Coach Wallace. He's very intense. He gets after it. A very defensive-minded coach, and I took all that from him. Because coming into it, like doing this right here, I wouldn't be comfortable just talking.
Right.
Like, I was very shy.
Right.
Now, you put me on a basketball court as a player, it was different.
Right.
It was different.
On
So
a
I had
different switch.
he brought that out of me. He brought that out of me. So my dad, too, was an intense coach, but he also had the caring, positive side, which Coach Wallace does, too. You know, having him on here, he has a big heart. He has a big heart.
Yeah, most definitely.
And, it just takes a lot to bring out sometimes.
Yeah.
But
shout out to my dog,
Coach
man.
Wallace.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, just all the coaches, even my brother too. He's a good coach. He coached the women's side and the men's side in high school.
Okay.
And I've taken a lot from him too. He's the type of coach that's very analytical as well. But he sees that he was a great player, and he wants to bring that out of every player he coaches.
So big. Let me ask you this, mate. You know, so being at Lagrange College, man. You know, I mean, we all know, man, it's different from, you know, being at Lagrange College or being at a Duke. You know what I'm saying, man? Man, how do you adjust to the resources? You know, how do you adjust to, like, you know what I mean, the lack of, I mean, like, again, it's based on the college side, but as a coach, how do you adjust that type stuff?
Well, different levels, you know, player-wise, I feel like this year, our recruiting class, we snagged some girls that could have played D2. And I think the Division II, Division III, and NAI level are all very similar.
Okay.
Even though we don't have full scholarships, NAI don't technically have all full scholarships.
Right.
Because we can give some really good packages out that equal to some of theirs. But talent level, it's getting really even now. I really feel like that, because you had some Division IIIs, Division IIs beating D1s last year in the men's and women's game.
Yeah.
So it's just going out there, finding those players to fit in your system.
Now, so, okay, now, and for the talent level, man, do you think talent is, again, don't get me wrong, we know Division I athletes, sports, especially the top 100 athletes, they're different. But I'm saying, man, do you think now, because of training and because of, like, the playing field is, it's not equal, but it doggone get close to being equal.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the science and
that's what I'm trying to say right now.
It's got a lot better from the past. And like having training facilities like yourself.
Appreciate the love, you know what I mean?
And I have one of my good friends back in Boaz, Alabama. He opened a training facility and sending out athletes. I think learning that and actually going to those places that can help you become a better athlete, because it's really up to you.
In a day.
If you work your tail off and put it, you know, do all the necessary things when it comes to nutrition, sleeping, and all that, you're going to succeed.
Most definitely.
At any level.
Most definitely.
So, you know, it really comes down to what's your God-given athleticism ability, like height-wise. I mean, you're a 5-foot point guard, but you work your tail off, you're still going to find a place to play.
You're going to find somewhere to go. Yeah. So recruiting, man, give me that, man. You know, so give me what you think about when it comes to recruiting and all that type stuff.
Oh, that's easy. I keep it simple.
Yeah.
I usually say this, keep it simple as ABC, because I'm looking for not necessarily in that order, but a very high academic kid that is going to come there and be driven to get their degree. Secondly, a great, you know, basketball skill and is willing to work hard at basketball. And then thirdly, their character. We go to AAU events or even just come see a kid at a high school. I'm looking at their character.
All that.
If they're getting subbed out and they're throwing a tantrum as they're getting subbed out or having their head down and bad body language, I don't want you on my team. I don't want you on my team. So.
Wow. So listen though, man. So in terms of recruiting, you know, I mean, a lot of people don't understand the hours that it take to put in for recruiting, man. You know, give me that.
It's a lot, you know, a lot of time away from my wife.
Yeah.
During the summer, right now, the live period got shut off, but they're going to open back up. But at our level, it really doesn't matter. I can text, call, do whatever, because there's no scholarships involved. So it is a grind, especially during the year.
Yeah.
You're coaching, getting a scouting report ready, and then doing practice, leaving from practice maybe 2-3 hours away, going to see a kid play and then driving back.
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
But again, I mean, that's dedication to take it as a coach to make your program.
It is. And I strongly believe, too, every week on Monday, no matter if we have 50 kids on the list, we're texting every one of them, asking how their week's going. I think that's big.
You make it personal.
It is.
Make it personal. So, okay, as far as your team, right? You know, I'm a firm believer. I don't know if you believe in this too. I'm a firm believer. Don't get me wrong, man. It's the coach's team. But also, man, you know, the players are so important because they're going to be around themselves really more than you and I coaching them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So is that the same message you give your players too?
It is. You always hear the saying, good teams are coach-led, great teams are player-led. I mean, your coach is ultimately the main leader, but when your players start becoming more of a coach and holding those standards the coach is portraying to everybody, then the team is going to be a great team, championship team. Because the coach is going to do the X's and O's, all that stuff, in-game stuff. But when it comes to those 5 players out there huddling at the free throw line when adversity's hitting, what are they saying to each other? That's what it's going to come down to. And I think our team is slowly getting that because I think becoming good communicators at our level and being able to talk to each other without, coming off like I'm calling you out.
I think
that's the biggest thing. When you do that, the team shifts to a championship level.
So talk about leadership on your team, man. You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to call some of your players out, man, but talk about leadership on your team and your personal expectation for them.
Well, I can call one out that's going to be a senior. Now, a couple of these girls I didn't recruit. Coach Buchanan did. But they stepped up into leadership roles that, surpassed what I thought I was going to get. Yeah. Because some of them, like Jalea Lewis, who was a graduating senior this year, one of our guards, second leading scorer, when Coach Buchanan was here, she didn't play. Wow. She averaged maybe 2 or 3 minutes a game. That next year, she was a starter for us. So, I mean,
she seized the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, she seized the opportunity. She fit into my style of basketball. Yeah. And she may not have led verbally, but she did it by her actions. Another one, Megan English, who is a graduating senior, nursing major, double major, nursing and psychology. Oh, just, great person. Yeah. Sometimes she might have had it coming into practice from a long day, had an attitude, and I just had to say, hey, Megan, one of our leaders, step it up. And she did every time.
She snapped right in.
Yeah. And, I mean, shoot, she led us in charges. She had like 23 charges this year.
What? I mean, so I'm going to tell you something, man. For anybody who take charges, they're not afraid to get their bodies up. Oh, no. You know what I mean? 'Cause a lot of people fear that now.
Oh, yeah. She would, I think one game she took like 3 in a row.
What?
Yeah, like getting
after. She get dirty then.
Yeah, she was our starting 4. She was about 5'9". But she just guarded the best player, did all the dirty work. And that's what it takes to win. We actually lost our last game, first round of the USA South tournament. Okay. 2 days before, she turned her ankle. Wow. And she couldn't play. Wow. You could feel the air being sucked out of our practice after she turned her ankle. So she played a big part. Yeah. Big leader for us. And then I touched on Gracie Brunel, our leading scorer and stuff. She just does it by saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. And she comes in, works out, gets shots up, and leads by showing what.
Showing that stuff. So, going into your, going into a year, man, of you, as a replacing coach. Typically, man, it's tough for coaches to come in to an established already, roster or whatever. You know what I mean? So, how did the girls take you coming in?
Well, some of them, they would come up and be like, hey, Coach Jonus, it's a breath of fresh air. Thank you for being here. Like, they knew that I already had confidence in them. They saw from being on the men's side, instilling confidence in all our team and what we did there. They were pumped about it. Like now, continuing to change that culture, it's been tough because if a player did something wrong or like me trying to hold them accountable, it was a different – Coach Buchanan did it differently. Right. And they're still looking for that reaction. So it was tough to change that. But again, I think they did a great job with it. They came in, knew what I was looking for, and at times I didn't try to complicate it too much. Wow. Like, this is what we're trying to do, and they did it.
Because see, I guess at the end of the day, man, once they know what you're about, know what you stand for, You know what I mean? It's all good. But I'm gonna take you back for a minute, okay? Yeah. So, man, give me your emotion your first game. You know what I'm saying? Look, but give me the night before, man, when you got to talk to the wifey and said, tomorrow my first day of actually being a head coach of the team, man. Give me those nerves and those emotions.
I mean, I was nervous, especially you sprinkle COVID in there.
Yes.
Because it was a stressful year, not going to lie. We played 12 games, and going into that first game, I will say the team we were playing, Agnes Scott, were very down. I mean, we beat them pretty bad. So,
right.
I mean, it was like 125 to like 40-something.
Oh, my gosh. Y'all was going in.
Yeah, we coming into it, we were ready. I was nervous, even knowing that I feel like we had them. I was still nervous because I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
But to be honest, that was my first win. But our first game was an exhibition against Troy, who is the Sun Belt Conference champions.
Yeah.
And I walk into their arena, I'm just like, oh no.
Well, I got myself in too, but I'm ready though.
Yeah, we actually beat them the first quarter, and then they ran off with it. But
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I was nervous, but it was a great feeling.
Yeah.
I knew I had something special with this team.
Yeah. So listen, man. We were talking about earlier. We were talking about it's a talent level, man. But what's the, what I mean? Because you had your experience with Troy that first year. But man, what's the big difference though? And I get in the talent level.
I would
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I would say
or team ain't so much talent level. I guess
I would say size, speed, and strength. I mean, big
bodies, man.
Yeah, you look at our point guard, for instance. Our point guard's about 5'3".
Okay.
She's super athletic, one of the fastest girls I've ever seen. But their point guard's 5'9", and stout, strong, really strong. So, but also as quick as our point guard. So I really think it's that. The biggest difference from all levels is size, speed, and strength. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's not basketball, man, but I was at a college, man, probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was a lacrosse game going on at Lagrange College. I was playing Lagrange College, but I forgot who you guys was playing. But then I went across the street and went to the lacrosse game over there.
Yeah.
It was Georgia and somebody. Yeah. Them boys look like football players over there. So you're right, man. It's at how level you go. It's a different size you're gonna have, but again, I'm a firm believer in this too. Everybody put their pants on the same way.
Exactly.
So you got to come with it. Yeah, you got. Yes, man. So okay, man. Talk about this past year, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give me because you guys had a good run.
We did.
So you know what I mean. So let's go through these years, man. Talk about this year.
We started out strong. We beat Oglethorpe out of Atlanta, and they've been ranked in the past. They're like very dominant in women's basketball, and we came out and smacked them. Wow. Like. At one point, I looked up at the scoreboard. We're up 18 points. What? And that was without our starting center.
Yeah.
That Brianna Glover, who usually starts and averaged almost 10 and 10 last year. So we ended up beating them, and I was super pumped. Going into the next day, we played Barry. Ended up losing, but I think we were riding the high off that big win.
Yeah.
But the whole season, we ended up 15 and 10, and I feel like we should have won 20 games. Again, we had 5 freshmen. And out of those 5, 3 or 4 had to play quite a bit.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's tough.
And I'm about to say tough, man. You know what I mean? You talking about a freshman coming in, learn to adjust. I know that was tough.
Our starting point guard, she was a freshman.
Wow.
Because injuries I had going into the year, I'm thinking, this is my team. Then all of a sudden we started dropping like flies with weird stuff too.
Yeah.
Like one girl had some nerve damage with her hand. Her hand was shaking. Another had something to do with her heart, which not messing around with that.
Right.
And she would probably been our other starting 4. So, combination of that, we couldn't get in sync at the start. But then when conference hit, we had some good runs. We beat Maryville. We beat Berea for the first time, ever. Yeah. I think we'd been 0-8 against them and beat them.
Crazy.
Yeah, and they were very good. Very good.
That's crazy. But that's to give that good confidence booster as a program, though.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, though, man, and I always say this, anytime someone's on a championship run, 2 things that it take. 1, of course, talent. 2, may take a tad bit of luck, man.
It does.
Simply because of injuries. Like for example, I don't know if you're an NBA watcher.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like the 76ers right now. You see where
Embiid.
Yeah, so things like that, where they got a good team, but bad luck so far.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Just get hit in the head and get a concussion. Like,
right. You be like, what the what,
I
man?
know. It happens. And
Yeah.
you got to find a way to adjust. Luckily, going into this year, I feel like that's why I recruited so many. We're going to have 20 on roster because each year we've had 18 to 19. Then we drop down, and I look down the bench.
Like,
got
whoa.
like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
So I'm making sure this year.
So now, as far as recruiting, big dog, is it tough? 'Cause like, man, is it tough to really decipher and break down if this kid really fits your program? Or you see what I'm trying to say?
At times it is. It depends what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Like each year at our level, I'm looking to bring at least 5 in that fills every position. Because just for the fact of depending if somebody goes ineligible, which we've only had one person go ineligible in the 2 years I've been here, and injuries. So I like to be at least 3 deep at every position.
So okay. So you can tell how many on the roster, like completely.
Right now I'm gonna have 20 this year.
20.
Exactly.
20. Wow. Okay, so even with that, now Coach Watt has spoke about one time that I think he had like a I went like a JV pro, it was like
Reserve team.
Yeah, reserve team.
reserve
Now, same thing with you guys, or y'all doing
I'm
that?
going to try to. See, I wish we had it last year just for the fact of those freshmen who got more experience.
Yeah.
If they didn't play a game, because you only get 25 games to play
Okay.
in the regular season. So say they didn't play one game, well, they could go play a reserve game to get that experience. And that gets a bad rap because there's other schools out there, NAI schools, they'll have 35 kids on roster, and some of those kids are just for JV. That's not how I look at it. If I recruit you, I want you to be there 4 years, and you're going to help us out.
You'll help us win.
Exactly. So if you come in as a freshman and you may not get an opportunity because you have 2 seniors that are better than you, maybe, well, you can go play on the reserve team against still really good competition, junior college teams, other Division III reserve teams, and get experience because that's what's going to make you better.
So let me ask you this, man. So as far as experience, you know what I'm saying? So when you coach, man, and you go through a year, go through another year, you know what I mean? How do you adjust your coaching style to what you're starting to see in face? Like for us, you might come in, like for us, when I train people, don't get me wrong, I have a little template what I'm gonna do with them, right? But so I get into a session, I'm like, oh snap, we got to scrap this and deal with something else. You know what I mean? Do you have a philosophy? But then as soon as the season start going, you're like, oh, let me scrap that.
Well, I think as a coach, especially being a young coach, being only 2 years in, each year I sit down and self-evaluate.
Right.
What could I have done better? Should I have been harder at this? Or our offense, should I have ran something different? And like this year, there were some things that I could have done better. And also, I asked the players in our individual meetings, I want to be honest with me. Because I like, kids nowadays, if I say, hey, you need to work on this, they're going to take criticism very well.
Right.
But, I like criticism. It makes me work harder. Like, as a player, if they said I couldn't play defense or I wasn't quick enough, I got in the weight room, worked
do
hard.
what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. So, as a coach, I want to hear that feedback. Now, some of it I'm going to listen to. Some of it I'm going to be like, well, I don't know if you're really right on that, coming from the players, depending what it is.
Right.
But even my assistants, I asked them, what could I have done better, and I do the same to them. I think that's really, really key in developing as a coach.
And that's tough, too, man, you know what I'm saying, to have those, you know what I'm saying, real conversation, you know what I'm saying, with your players, man. You know what I mean? Have you ever, well, I'm sure you have, you know what I mean, to where you got to tell a player, I know last year you had, you know what I'm saying, this amount of minutes, this year going to drop, or your role might change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tell me about those type conversations, man, and how do you deal with that?
They're tough, but at the end of the day, I tell them they control their own future. Because if, say you're a shooter, that's your job, I want you to knock down shots when you're open. It better be money.
Right.
You better make it.
Right.
Like, if you don't get in the gym and shoot, and then the season comes, don't expect to play 15, 20 minutes a game.
Because you're going to show.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, hard work doesn't lie.
Right.
And I'm straight up about that. I've had a couple come in and say, maybe I deserve this, this, and this. Well, you only deserve what you work for. So that's how I take it.
So listen, man, basketball had changed, and over the years, Steph Curry got everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now, did that change the way you coaching, or Or you know what I'm saying? Do you want players to shoot like that too? I mean, like
if they work on it and they prove to me that they can consistently make it, not only in practice but when game time comes or when we scrimmage, because we do a lot of scrimmage works where we film and say, okay, well, you were 1 for 8 from the 3-point line. Probably need to keep working on it. But I think he did change the game, the way players play. At times, I don't like watching it because it has gotten to where I'm just going one-on-one. Everybody's sitting there watching. Our players see that. What they also don't see is in the NBA is that the space, there's so much space.
So much space.
And there's no help side. Because you can't, the defensive 3 seconds in the lane, you got to keep going in and out. So they don't see that, they want to go one-on-one because they're the best athletes in the world or best basketball players in the world. So that's all they have to do. Side or somebody standing in the lane waiting on you.
So it's a little different then.
You got to have movement. And it changed the way I coach a little bit because I'm the type, if you're open, you're never going to be more open off the catch. That's what I tell kids. Because if I drive and I kick it to you, more than likely I kicked it because your person helps. So you always got to be ready to shoot.
You got to be ready to shoot that thing. Wow. So big guy, let me ask you this too now. The mid-range. Man, has the mid-range, is it dead? I mean, what's going on, man?
It has, but I think like players like Jimmy Butler or
your boy from Chicago.
DeMar. Yeah, I mean.
He's a mid-range killer.
Yeah, it goes back to what you said, getting to your spots. I think somebody that's a bucket getter or a scorer has those spots. If they can shoot threes and driving it to the basket, I think they should have it in their game, the mid-range.
Wow.
I preach it all the time. If our best player who's a good 3-point shooter, they're going to close out on you hard, shot fake, get to it, step back. Like I wish kids would put more like the Kobe turnaround, the MJ fadeaway. Like,
but why do you think that missing now? I promise you, man. I told man, listen, man. So my son came home, and he and I was working in the gym. And I was showing him that, of course, I ain't do it, but I was showing him the Kobe, Jordan, 2 bumps, and spin fade. Like, bro, there's nobody doing that no more.
You can't stop it.
You cannot stop that, man.
The only player, you'll see KD do it sometimes.
Right.
In my personal opinion, I think who's slowly getting it, and if they continue to get their shot better, will be unstoppable is Giannis.
Oh, my gosh.
You can't stop him.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was watching the other day. He caught it in the post, boom, boom, fade away and swished it. And I said, if he gets that, it's over.
In trouble.
Because the person's hand was here and his hands was.
I was saying he's long already.
Yeah. So kids, I don't know. It's all about separation. And if you do it enough, where 100% of the time you take it, you're so confident, I'm making that. It's going to add more to your game. Another thing too, getting to the free throw line. Kids, they see, videos of guys going in there dunking on people, and that's all they see. If you get the free throw line 3 to 4 times a game, come on, man. You get there 4 times. That's easy points.
Nobody say, man, that's some buckets right now.
Easy points.
That's some buckets right now. So all right, big dog. I'm gonna shift a little bit. So, female sports. We're gonna talk about female sports for a second. You know, I know I'm talking about WNBA and the NBA, man. I saw an article that was talking about, the female was talking about how they was upset because the whole money difference of where, NBA players making X amount of dollars and they got to really play ball year round to make money.
Got to play overseas and everything.
Yeah, man. So, give me your 2 cents on that.
I mean, I think NBA players are making ridiculous amount of money.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. Right. Compared to baseball players, though, baseball players making a ridiculous amount of money too. But I feel like they should make close to what NBA players make and not have to do that because the NBA owns the WNBA.
That's crazy. You schooled me on that one.
So it doesn't make any sense that they have to play year round. And like Brittany Griner, who's stuck in Russia right now, like she was making, I think I saw it was like $1.6 million for the Russian team. And then I think here in the United States, she don't even make close to that.
Real. But see, but now, okay, here's my take on that. Man, I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. It's about revenue.
It is.
I think the women having a hard time. Now, I don't know if it's marketing, I don't know what it is, but you know what I'm saying, they're having a hard time producing their revenue that, of course the men gonna produce more revenue because they got more. It's about entertainment.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So I got another question, actually, in a few minutes too. But, you know what I mean? So I think it's more the fact that, you know what I'm saying, the WNBA just not bringing revenue to pay
Well, I see that.
the players.
I see that too, but like I said, if the NBA owns the WNBA, why aren't they? And I feel like now when the NCAA tournaments were happening and all that, discrepancies were happening about the weight room and all that, well, they changed that around. Now NCAA Final Four for the women was huge.
It was
Because
crazy.
they marketed it different. You're right. They marketed it different. They gave them some of the things that they needed.
Yep.
And, I mean, South Carolina did a great job. And
Yep.
crap, it showed you right there. They made a lot of money. It had some of the biggest, viewer ratings, I think.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, man, they're probably one of the best Final Fours I've seen in a while.
It was awesome.
Like, it was intense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I made a post on Facebook. I was like, they got to be the best, Final Four I've ever seen. And then, one of my, Facebook friends was like, I wish WNBA had the same energy.
Exactly.
But then, then somebody else come in, it was like, well, dear Liz, school spirit is what got the Final Four looking the way it's looking. I like, dang, they do do make a little sense because people want to support their school now.
Yeah. Oh, they will.
You know what I mean? It's going to support the
Students
school.
are going to be different than, going to a WNBA game to watch.
Right.
I've been to one before. I think it was we paid for the ticket, and then once the game started, we walked down. Like, we got better seats because it was I think it comes down to the marketing.
Okay.
And depending on what city it's in too. And they do a shorter season, I think.
Right.
So
right.
But again, I don't think the money's there.
I don't think the money's there to keep going. But again, too, man, they got to find a way, man, to, like I said, market, like the ballers in the WNBA. You got some ballers out there.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I mean? But they got to find a way to get them the shoe deals. Got to find a way. Because, again, it's me. I think there is a lane for, making a WNBA player a mega star.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to figure out how they're going to do it. So, look, let me ask you this, big dog, man. So, I had an argument with some of my sports buddy. I say 5 years. No, I said 8 years. But this was 2 years ago, so I got 6 more years ago. So I said in 8 years, man, we're gonna have a female athlete, basketball player, who's gonna start dunking insane.
Oh,
I
agree.
Like the windmills, though.
I agree. We're close to it now.
I'm telling you, man. It's like, no, Kane, no.
Oh, I can see it. I mean, think 10 years ago till now, like you had Lisa Leslie.
Yep.
She still was dunking, but it wasn't anything.
It wasn't like.
But again, athletes are evolving.
Yeah.
Science, the
yes,
training.
Yes.
It's going to happen. I've seen some strong female athletes.
Man, me too, man. Me too.
Like, for instance, this one girl that plays volleyball at the college at Lagrange, she's from my hometown and trains with my guy. I've seen her, like, squat insane amounts.
Really?
More than me that I've ever.
That's what I'm saying, man.
This is crazy.
That's what I'm saying, man. We're close.
We are.
And they argued me to sleep. They were like, Kane, man, women bodies can't. I said, man, I'm telling you, look what's going on right now. And I almost gave the same spiel you got. I said, in the past, it was just really one person dunking. Yeah. Lisa Les. I said, now you got Brittany Griner. I started going down the list of people who are dunking. You got girls who are dunking on one dribble. Oh, easily. Bounce pass. Yes. So I think, bro, 6 more years.
I'd say 5 to 8, depending.
Yep. Yeah.
Depending.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think so too, man.
Girl, I think for South Carolina, she dunked. Or Stanford. I think it's
Stanford.
Oh, she dunks with ease. In transition, they just bounce it off, and she
dunking that thing.
Yeah, and she's only like 5'10", 5'11".
Gosh, man. That's what I'm saying. You can't tell me that in a few more years, man, this ain't finna be. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it's going to be crazy, man.
100%.
So big guy, let me ask you this, man. So, you know what I mean? So, at the end of every show, always, get my guests to leave, the people something positive. Man, leave them something, big dog. Leave all the viewers and the listener something that might change their life, baby.
Well, always learn from your losses and keep working hard to reach your goals. I mean, that's something I always tell our girls, like, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
There you go.
It's simple.
There you go. Big dog, man, I appreciate you coming in, man.
Yep.
Showing love to KaneSaid, man. Listen, man, Coach Jonus, man, y'all check him out, man, Lagrange College. He out here doing his thing, baby. And y'all know what it is, baby. Zip him up.